Welcome. Yeah, to another exciting episode of the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show. I'm your host, Joe Blow. I'm gonna say this. This show is dedicated to Sonny Crack of Revere Radio Network, or used to be. I'm glad they're about to close down, and I'm good. I'm happy. Fuck them. And I want to remind people, if you like my show, tell your friends, spread it around, especially this episode, because this is gonna be 100% bullshit, all gossip. I mean, man, this is you can show people, you're gonna like it. Okay, in today's episode, I'm gonna make a few public statements, first, I'm going to talk about, History Joe Blow Conspiracy Show. Then I'm going to, give an update about Alex Jones' Jewish wife. And then, I'm going to give a message to AJ. Talk about that new website, deathflag.com. And then I got a personal message for everybody who hates me. Now, I'm joined by my regular co-host, Maggot, and the first female to come on the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show, Lily Carter, who's also a admin at my chat room. And through the show, some of the topics discussed are Jason the Info Warrior Burmis of Loose Change acting like a lying bitch when some old hippie correctly pointed out that 90% of the media is controlled by Jews. Craig Oxley of the Unhived Mind, the most hated man on the internet because he talks about the Jesuit order and the Knights of Malta. He's he's such a fucking hoe-ass bitch. And then he's the supreme leader of all the black popers on the internet. And he tried to fuck with Lily Carter. And later it's Peter Joseph, the character who created that piece of shit Zeitgeist in Zeitgeist movie. And then we talked about how AG got Rince fired, and the great and good John Statler of the wonderful Republic Broadcast Network picked him up. And also Lily, she admits that she's a new age indigo child and hates Michael Tessarian. And then at the end of the show, I have a little personal message for ProThink, John Allen Martinson Jr., Quest, Scott Roberts, and Goyim Pride. Okay, so I just want to say that, give a little history of the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show. I started off at Conspiracy Central, I used it as a vehicle to fuck around with black popers. But then Control started fucking around with me, and then I had to kick a lot of fucking ass. I mean, really, actually, it's kind of Control's fault. I mean, if he just left me alone, I would have eventually got fucking bored with it and just quit. I mean, I also, the same thing with the track. I wouldn't even made the track. I mean, I would have just I don't know, maybe just keep on looking at pornography instead. I mean, if you have a problem with it, you go tell Control why you fuck around with him. It's all your fault. Okay, I gotta give a update on the Alex Jones' wife is Jewish. First, her full real name. I probably gotta say who I gotta thank. One of my good listeners, Zogcorp, Zogcorp from YouTube. He found out her real name. Her real name ain't Violet Jones. It's Kelly Rebecca Nichols. And to prove her, she's a real fucking Jew, 100%. Her father's name was Edmund Lowe Nichols, and Lowe that's Jew. Sandra, and mom's name Sandra K. Helligman, and that's another fucking Jew name. and like there was lots of other shit, like they were involved in like embezzling and like other criminal activities typical of Jews. So like I want to thank you, Corp, and like I said, I want you to come on the show, and I think you'd be pretty cool. Okay, concerning Alex Jones and him pretending that it's the New World Order who's organizing these attacks against him because of the Obama deception. Shitty movie. Look, AJ, I knew you were gonna lie and say it was the elites who were like doing this against you, but man, you lying again as usual. It's the entire conspiracy community who's sick of you and your bullshit. Especially, you getting Jeff Rentz fired was like the last straw that broke the motherfucking camel's back. Man, if you want all this shit to stop, all you have to do is like fucking apologize to Rentz on the air. Shit. I know I got lots of chanters as fans. And like, there's this new website that's gonna be coming up. It's called deathflag.com. I want to say right now, me and everybody on the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show, we disavow any association with them. And like, cause I want to say this real quick, like, I never pretend to be part of Anonymous. I never use any of the lingo. I especially never stole any of y'all's graphics. And like, I should give some history. How I came to know Anonymous, because like, I used to listen to the Hal Turner show, and like, when y'all all attacked them, and then like, that's how I went back to found out who your websites were, and then like, so that's how I got to know y'all. And then like, when I made this show, a lot of y'all been coming and listening. So to reiterate, like, got nothing to do with deathflag.com, and I don't pretend or don't want to get none of that shit. Yeah, before we start the show, I got a special message for all the people who hate me and keep bad-mouthing me, like, everywhere on the internet. I want y'all to keep it up. Eventually, you will succeed, and, people will stop listening to the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show. Okay, so, like, we're gonna start doing the show now, okay? Here's Maggot and Lily. Hey, Maggot, man. This is going to be a badass show, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it should be. Yeah, I got plenty of stuff to gossip about.
Yeah, this is going to be the real gossip show. I mean, we're going to... all the motherfuckers. We're taking care of everybody. Fuck them over. And we got to welcome Lily. Hello, Lily. You're the first person without a penis to come on the show. Oh yeah, but what do you call it? People are gonna fucking ask me, so we might as well get out the fucking way. How the fuck did you hear about the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show?
Well, I had been involved in some of the other conspiracy circles, and was kind of disenchanted, looking for something else, and I ran across you on the Information Underground, and I remember it was always you who was like, starting trouble and stuff, so I checked your show out, and I really liked it, so I stuck with it.
Badass. Okay, now we're gonna start. This show is 100% gossip, only talk shit about people. So now the one I want to personally start off with is Jason Burmis. Okay, like let me reiterate for the audience what happened. This guy, he was a nice. You can tell Maggie, man. This guy was like old fucking hippie, man. Like it was like he wasn't like no threat. All he said was 90% of the media is owned by Jews. Whoa, shit. Burmis goes fucking crazy, man. He's like, oh, you want to kill Jews? I mean, he made that sound all the fucking time. And then, like, what else he was saying? He's like, I hope that, we need some depopulation control on you. Kill yourself, throw a toaster in the bathtub. Man, I was, like, fucking shocked. Man, you heard the infamous audio clip. What was your impression of it?
Oh yeah, he just sounds really. It was his idea of a rant. It was like his own one with Alex Jones. He rants.
Exactly, man. He's like a shitty. Even on Conspiracy Central, they say repeatedly he's just a shitty imitation of like Alex Jones. You hear what happened? Like was it yesterday? The motherfucker called back. Man, this guy got balls.
Yeah.
He said I was the one who called last time, and then Burmis goes right back to going fucking crazy. And
really?
You gotta hear it. And then like what happened? guess what? Alex Jones comes up and says, it actually sounded like the normal one for once, because it was like, I don't know, it was like some kind of weird teacher-student relationship between him and Burmese. He was like, he was like saying, hey man, you gotta chill out and all this stuff. And man, coming from fucking Alex Jones, man, I was like, what the fuck? Lily, man, like, you're aware of all these events, right?
Yeah, mostly. I don't spend all my time on it, but I heard a few things about it, so...
Yeah, but like, what are your impressions? Have you actually heard this asshole Jason Burmese? What's it? Man, that show is so fucking gay too. It's called The Info Warrior. Man, fuck. And you know the worst part I hate about it? He says like, "Oh, this show is gonna be hip, cool, and young." I was like, "Oh, that's why I knew it was gonna fucking suck from the beginning."
Yeah.
Lily, have
this
you actually?
This brought to you by the CIA, and I'm the token hip and cool young person for you to appreciate.
Man, you're fucking young, man. He's like fucking like 25 and shit, dude. Get the fuck out of here. And then, like, no, but Lily, have you heard the Info Warrior yet?
Like, have I heard him speak?
No, just the show, Jason Burmese show.
Yeah, I have, and I just think that he's just, like, so irrelevant, and, like, I don't even care, like, who is he to say anything about it?
Yeah, he sounds like, he's like a Sesame Street, isn't he, the conspiracy movement?
Man, you always hit the motherfucking nail on the head. That's right. Man, no, this guy is like so fucking desperate, man. Like he feel like he feels insecure about himself and like all this. Man, look, Burmese, man. You don't got what it takes for radio, okay, man? Like, no, seriously, man. But I was gonna offer to like teach him his shit because, like, what do you call it? They be aware of my. Let me tell you why I'm talking about this. Where Alex Jones and Jason Burmese in the second call with this guy. Why is it important to the Joe Blow conspiracy show? Because they were like talking shit up. Alex Jones goes like, "Oh, there's people, meaning me." Who like try to get famous by attaching themselves to our names by attacking us, and like he basically because I called up on his Jew wife and all this shit, and I've been repeatedly attacking his monkey ass. Like man, I don't know, man. This is fucking like.
Well, he's probably one of Alan Watt's bum boys as well.
Man,
so.
Fucking Alan Watt.
Yeah, It's that nice little hit piece we did of him is still probably like circulating around, giving him nightmares and stuff. Makes him worry about his dog.
Yeah, the dog rapist. Hey, let's shift to an old enemy of mine, Craig Oxley. And let me remind people, Craig Oxley is like the supreme black poper, and like even ever since like before I got completely burned and banned from Conspiracy Central, I used to like fuck around with all the black popers, and they still hate me. I'm a Jesuit temporal coadjutor, and then like
what does that even mean?
I'll explain to you. But like, well, I was going to give he's a guy who runs the Unhive Mind. A Jesuit temporal coadjutor, Lily, is this like that's a person because there's two different forms of. This is according to these shitheads. There's like the spiritual power of the Vatican and the temporal power, and then like temporal means like everything that's not spiritual. And they say like there's people who like help the Pope. And that would be like me, And then like I'm in good company because me, Ognir, DBS, Alex Jones, like anybody who's like fucking famous is like we're all Jesuit temporal coadjutors. So like I secretly work for the Pope, okay? But like you wanted to come on the show specifically because you hate fucking Craig Oxley, the most hated man on the internet, because I talk about the Jesuit order and the Knights of Malta. I mean, like, no, tell me, man, what is it
you don't also say temporal coadjutor? It means I am a time traveler as well, depending on how you read the words. Man, I know,
that's what I thought it was actually the first time I heard it.
So he's like, you're Doctor Who or something. Like,
Hey, Lily, give your opinions of this dumbass.
Alright, I mean, before I was just like, just ignoring him like everybody else, because the man's such like a whack job.
Yes.
Like, not taken seriously at all. But a while ago, he had actually threatened to kill me, among other things.
Wait. Okay. Now this is good. Start from the beginning. Why did he want to kill you? I mean, go through the whole thing.
Well, I was on a certain forum. I'm not going to say which one, but he decided he was just going to like come on and like say all this crap, like the spam he does.
Oh, I know. This is like, the outlaw forum.
No. It wasn't that one. But anyway, I'm not going to say where it was. It doesn't matter. It's beside the point. Okay. So he's spamming the forum with like these 72 pages of like bolded, brightly colored I don't even know what you call it.
Man, just say it was fucking gay, okay? You know, gay spam, whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, okay, so he was doing that, and me and a few other people, but me especially, I was just really calling him out, saying that he didn't have any proof of anything, and so he went on his Unhive Mind forum and threatened to kill me, among other things. That was the cleanest thing he said he was going to do to me. And I tried.
You broke up. Hello?
Tried.
Oh man, this fucking sucks. Let me I have to write it real quick that she broke up.
Yeah. That was funny about that.
Yeah, I know, man. This is gonna be a good show.
Yeah. Because I didn't know how she would respond to my voice, because you know, like the English accent and stuff.
I know, man. Americans, man, they don't know how to speak fucking English. You know what I'm talking about? Let me try to re-add her.
She'd just be like, accent.
What is everybody always? They always like. I have to thank you, Maggot, because like in the old days, like people didn't. Your vocabulary was like too large. You you got broken up. So like start again from like which part was it? Yeah, you were saying like among other things he was saying about you. Start from there.
Okay, among other things, I'm not gonna say what he said because it's really obscene. But so I tried to go on his site, and he won't let me, register for an account. He doesn't want any kind of opposition. So I was really mad for a while about that, obviously. But then recently I was YouTubing, and I saw a channel. And at first I thought it was him, like Craig Oxley, but it was like one of his followers or something.
Who was it?
He's got a follower?
No, I know who it was. Was it this stupid guy who had like a goatee or something?
Is it like Kennedy One Op or something? I don't know.
Fuck that bitch, dude. Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay, so, and I looked at his subscriber count, and I was appalled that so many people would like be listening to Craig Oxley.
Yeah.
No.
I guess I wanted to start the whole thing over again. He was pointing out that he has absolutely no information. He totally makes everything up. He won't allow any opposition on his own site. And the man actually posts, I looked at his own stats, which is like, he posts 52 posts a day on his own forum, which is 53% of the total forum posts. So when you go on his forum, it is just Craig Oxley talking to Craig Oxley.
It's just his fucking mental illness. Why are you being so fucking nice to him? Okay, like, let me tell you something about Craig Oxley. You know that he's what do you call it? He's gonna. You know why he hates you? I'm just gonna fucking say it direct. Because you're a woman, and you know why he hates women. And you didn't hear that one audio clip?
Because he's a priest.
No, not because he's a priest. You were Maggot. You remember that one audio clip I got from that one guy on Conspiracy Central that put on BitTorrent? Man, that motherfucker got the most fucking like downloads out of everything. It's what do you call it? It's Craig Oxley admits his homosexual lust for transsexuals. Nobody fucking believed me. Everybody was like, "Man, Joe Blow, you a lying motherfucker." Even like fucking like Watcher 73, he said like because you know he's a black poper. He's like,
he's seen some photos of me. That's what it was. I was trying something.
No, man, like I got ready to tell people why. Maggot's saying that because Maggot got like long hair. That's why. So he has to watch his ass around
it's
like
in
Craig
England,
Oxley.
you see, it's like a real stereotype. Yeah, we're really retarded over here.
But let me. I was trying to like. What do you call it? What the fuck? I'm trying to. Where's the homosexual lust? I'm trying to find that torrent. Here it is. Jesuit Craig Oxley admits his homosexual lust for transsexuals. In this stunning audio clip, the Jesuit Craig Oxley of the Unhived Mind admits how hard it is for him to control his homosexual lust for transsexuals. Obviously, this man has been from the beginning a loyal and devoted servant of the Black Pope. And man, this is so fucking funny. And then, like one of his motherfuckers, they wrote. You gotta hear what they wrote. They said, "Oh, Joe's desperate for people to listen to his show." The problem is anyone with more brain cells than toes can recognize it's total crap within 3 seconds of listening to it. Man, fuck you. And fuck Greg Oxley. But
that's music in the first 3 seconds. I don't see how they can figure that out.
I know, man. I play the fucking Iranian song all the time. Lily, now that you understand that Craig Oxley's a homosexual, this explains why he hates, why he'd be so like aggressive toward you.
Well, I mean, there's like some women, alleged women, I guess, on his own forum, but they're all like Christian, like fundamentalists. They're like, I don't wear pants, only skirts. I'm like, okay, you people are weird. But the whole thing is just, he's really weird and gross, probably.
Man, I don't understand. Man, Lily, this is a Joe Blow conspiracy show. Man, don't fucking hold anything back. I mean, tell me, really, what the fuck? Let me ask you a question, Lily. If I was able to get Craig Oxley and I tied him to a chair in front of you in a dark room and no one would ever find out what you would do to him, what the fuck would you do to him?
I would probably just, like, punch him in the face just like once. Just like, he's just so irritating and just, he posted my personal information on the internet. So yeah, I'd probably break all of his fingers. That's what I would do, so that he can never.
Lily, you're too fucking nice. You know what I would do? I'd kick that chair over, pull my pants on, and shit on his face. That's what I fucking
do. I've spoken to some woman who claims his wife, his ex-wife, and what she told me about him is that he was like with her at the time, whatever, and he like got quite rich, successful, and he had a big flash car and drove around all over the place, and then he had a nervous breakdown, sold his business, and he's cooped up all his money, and he's obsessed with the apocalypse now, and he's just like driving around talking crap all day, every day, and putting out stuff on that website. But basically, he lives by himself, and he's just a total raging nutter.
What the fuck kind of woman would ever want to be around Craig Oxley? And that's why he's into transsexuals.
Exactly.
He can't get no woman without a dick, so he's like, might as well get the ones with it. But like, now we talk about, they got rid of the Craig Oxley. Let's talk about Peter Joseph. I gotta explain to you Peter Joseph. Peter Joseph is this piece of shit who created that stupid, worthless movie, Zeitgeist, and even Zeitgeist Amendment and Zeitgeist 2. Man, like, Intuition, which, thank you, Intuition, for all the pornography you paste in my channel. It's greatly appreciated. It's really good quality. I mean, like, I've never seen, I don't know where the fuck you get it.
No, it's not, because I'm the one who has to delete it.
Hey, you better quit that shit, okay? Now, like, what do you call it? I was gonna say, like, lately he's been, this guy, he's gone totally newer order, NWO. He's saying he's anti-9/11 truth. He's pro-world government. Like, they have this stupid idea where they're gonna like make some computer, and the computer's gonna be like the government, like make all the government decisions. Ooh. And then, like, worst of all, man, he's even into depopulation. He's saying, like, yeah, actually, we should start killing people, especially in the cities. Man, this guy is like, I say he was a commie, I say he was a character, I say, he sucks dick. Man, like, this guy, Lily, what do you call it? I mean, am I wrong? I mean, isn't this guy basically the New World Order?
Well, I think anybody involved with the Zeitgeist, movie is probably not very, what's the word? I don't know. I wouldn't trust anybody involved with that, just because, like, it's like just so obviously a money scheme. I think that's just what they're after. So
yeah, I never thought about it that way. Let's think about this. Like, supposedly he's been given this movie away for free, but he does work in the entertainment industry. So would this actually hurt or help his, career by being like so pro New World Order?
Well, obviously help it. I mean, he's probably being paid to like make these Zeitgeist movies, just to manipulate the people and the honest people who are trying to like watch these movies and figure out what's going on. So I'm sure he's definitely not broke. I'm sure he's making quite a pretty penny off the Zeitgeist movie.
I saw that bit of that Zeitgeist movie, and it reminded me of something like basically a New Age Christian Sunday school film. The sort of film we play there, and then it would basically, because it pulls and everything together into being Christ, then you pull those people in through that. And then, you say, well, we're actually like rebellious and controversial, and the Vatican hates us. And, secretly you're paying the Vatican hush money or whatever, so they don't actually do anything because they don't really care, as long as they get their cut. And I think it's one of those scams, because I grew up, when I was growing up, we had a Sunday school, and the Sunday school preacher was just like that. He was like, you know, linking in Jesus with Pisces, and through that the zodiac, and through that astrology, and so on and so forth. And that's what that reminded me of. It was basically sort of like a Sunday school recruitment project.
Man, and yeah, I don't know what the fuck is up with both you and, like, what do you call it, Lily? Y'all are being too fucking nice today, okay? You're like, why are you acting like your moms are in front of you right now? I mean, like, who gives a... I want to hear, like, real emotion, okay? Like, we're gonna talk about, like, what was gonna say, what's that? We gotta talk about this new, okay, everybody knows what happened with Alex Jones getting Jeff Rentz fired from, we all know about this right now. And then, like, guess what the new news is that Jeff Rentz has moved from GCN, Garbage Can Network, to the great, the wonderful Republic Broadcasting Network, RBN, and like what do you call it? You know John Statmiller. I love him because he's a big asshole, but in a good way. And like he
like you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and like he interviewed.
The RBN is kind of sullied by the excrement that is Alan Watt, though.
Oh, I know. That fucking Alan
Watt. He shits on everything.
I know, man. Anybody who's associated with Alan Watt, man, that's like that's a mark on your school record right there. But like, what do you call it? Like, he interviewed Jeff Rentz, and like he was fucking with Jeff Rentz. He's like, Jeff Rentz, that was he didn't talk about like the audio which I made, which everybody in the conspiracy community heard about now, but like where I called AJ, and then like, but he was like talking about him. He was like talking around the issue. You got to hear him. It was fucking funny as hell. I was like, and Jeff Rentz got all uncomfortable. And you know one good thing he asked him? He said like, "What's up with this space alien bullshit?" Okay, like, he talked to him like, "Man, you know this shit ain't real. Like, why are you doing this?" And then he's like, "Hey, you know what?" The answer Jeff Rentz he go like, "Yeah, but like, people come to my website maybe for Bigfoot, space aliens, whatever, and they stay for like all the political stuff I talk about." So I was like, very interesting. Very, I was like, that's a good, that's actually, that's a good technique. Like,
well, it works for Coast to Coast, I suppose, but Coast to Coast doesn't do anything else apart from aliens and Bigfoot, really.
Man, Coast to Coast, man, like you know how George Nuri was supposed to like change Coast to Coast to like, instead of talking about the completely bullshit to like 50% bullshit, 50% like maybe stuff that you can actually give evidence about. But I don't know, man. Like, especially the fake history. Lily, do you listen to Coast AM?
Absolutely not.
Good.
It's sort of embarrassing. I go onto that website and it is all just UFOs, and somebody's got a photo of a UFO, and there's yet another photo of Bigfoot, and you're just like you're waiting for the controversy, and then there's more information about the Disclosure Project, and his idea of being controversial is having Alex Jones on every once in a while, with his really fake newscasts where he comes in, they're trying to break down the door and all that sort of stuff, all that crap. When he's
I feel like my IQ goes down like 10 points whenever I go on there, so I'll avoid that.
Man,
it's kind of designed to send you to sleep as well, especially the timing of the broadcasts.
I know, man. Let me tell you, Coast to Coast AM, I'm going to say it fucking direct. I don't give a fuck who knows it. I say that first, George Nuri, he's like, he's a Freemason. I just like, everybody always, I fucking hate Maggot, man. Like, everybody's saying like, oh, Joe Blow, you always call everybody Freemason. No, man, I got fucking evidence. Like, the way I listen to that stupid program. The way he talks about like Freemasonic subjects. You know what I mean? And then like second, he used to work in the military. Basically, everybody in the military as a
ex-naval.
Exactly. Anybody who's become an officer is a Freemason. And then like 3, he's like a Christian from Lebanon, and y'all don't know this. I'm from the Middle East. I'm Iranian. I can't fucking believe. Oh, let me finish my sentence. Everybody Christian Lebanese are always Freemasons. But man, I don't fucking understand this. Like, even Lily, she didn't know I was Iranian. I put Ahmadinejad on my picture, okay? And like, from my logo. You got
Iranian music playing in the intro.
I play fucking Iranian music. Even on my fucking YouTube, at the end you see like a bunch of Iranian people like singing and dancing at. I mean, I don't know. Should I put like Joe Blow is Iranian? I should put like a disclaimer like each time I start the show.
Wait. Here's a true story. When I first saw that Ahmadinejad, I thought that was Alan Watt.
Take that back. Fuck no!
But for a long time, I didn't even realize who it was, so I don't know. I don't really pay attention to stuff like that.
the image would have been broken if it was Alan Watts' photo on there.
Oh man,
see, that's man, he breaks every image.
Now I'll tell you what happened. If it was Alan
And
Watts' picture, your computer would be full of spyware and viruses.
Yeah,
it's like Alan Watts' picture
and spiders made out as well.
Oh man, this is so fucking. I mean, like, Lily, is there anything in the conspiracy community which like offends you greatly?
I don't know. I don't really let people influence me or affect me. So I just kind of, if someone says something retarded, I just like ignore them because obviously they aren't worth my time.
No. You know what we're gonna do, Lily? There must be like, I know you're a secret form. Man, I'm gonna just say it. Lily, you're a chanter and you don't want to admit it. You've already used to me like lingo, and I've been around chanters long enough to figure it out. But like, I don't know which chant place you're from, 7-Eleven, 420, or like any, oh man, 7-Eleven, that place is fucked up. But like, what do you call it? I was gonna say, yeah. Are there anybody within your own community, like, who you really, like, have you interacted with them concerning conspiracies, like discussed conspiracies with them? And which conspiracies do they know the most about?
Are you talking about just like people in my like real life?
Real life, what do you call it? Internet life don't fucking matter.
Okay. Well, in my real life, like, everyone just, you know, I live, like, in a rich neighborhood, so, like, nobody knows what's going on. They're all, like, in their little worlds. But on the internet, no, really, I'm not a chanter, so I don't talk to anybody except for people in the conspiracy community about conspiracies.
But like, what kind of conspiracy are you into? I mean, like, what are you like? Everybody, you've been in the chat room. You've been accused of being a new ager.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I mean,
do you like David Icke? Yeah. You say Icke is right. That there really are blood-drinking, shape-shifting reptiloids.
I think it's a fun idea, but I don't know. I haven't gotten any proof. I am a new ager. I'm not going to lie about that. Like, I'm an indigo child, and I guess a lot of people don't like that, but that's their problem.
Wait. Maggot. See, Maggot's a little bit better on this. Like, I used to be into, like, I've studied New Age and all this shit, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Maggot, you gotta, like, break it down. What is an indigo child for people so they understand? I kind of got the idea. I remember it was, like, special children that were, like, Maggotaur was involved in, like, you know, teaching indigo children. But, like, explain to the audience, what is an indigo child?
Well, I haven't looked it up specifically, but I've heard hints and rumours of people. I've heard of Stuart Swerdlow that indigo children are just being duped and they just brainwash people, sort of like a new wave of MK Ultra.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. He wasn't very pleased with them. He just thinks they're a bit retarded.
So, like, Lily,
they have a...
yeah, I know. Hey, Lily, like, in your experience as an indigo child, and as a new ager, have you ever used your powers for evil? Like, what do you call it? Do you ever cast a spell? Or, like, focus your energy at, like, I don't know, like, on some teacher you don't like at school or something like that? Like, tell me, what's it like being an indigo child?
Well, we don't, like, have secret powers that we can just, like, control people's minds, but I remember when I was in high school, like, I would just, like, I'm very persuasive, and I think I just, like, manipulate people to, like, do what I want. I think that's the extent of it. I'm just not a very evil person, so I wouldn't...
Is that the difference between indigo children and, like, regular children, then? Is you think they've got psychic powers?
I think it's, like, indigo children are more intelligent than regular people.
Okay. Are they more tend to be autistic?
I don't know, maybe. I'm not autistic, though. Don't be me, no.
Because a lot of people on the internet won't actually speak. You know,
indigo children are, you know, they're free thinkers, and they're here to, like, change the way society functions, and they're not a bad group of people.
Then what's the difference between you and the CIA? I mean, like, basically, you're saying, like, you're an agent. Isn't that the same thing we call people are always afraid of in the conspiracy community of, like, disinfo agents? Or are you admitting that you are a disinfo agent?
I haven't spread any info, so I don't know how I could be disinfo. If I work for the CIA, then I'd like to see a paycheck because, you know, I haven't gotten any money from them. I certainly don't consider myself a disinfo agent.
Okay, but like, I don't know. Why am I getting this vision that? What are you wearing right now? Are you wearing like a tie-dye shirt or like some rainbow color or like kind of hippie beads at all?
No. I know that was going to be like some kind of obscene
What's the latest
question.
clothes you're wearing? What fashion labels is it?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. I guess most of my clothes are from Kohl's. I don't know if you have that in Sweden. Probably not.
No.
I mean, I'm very plain dresser. Don't wear hippie clothes or anything like that.
But you must have like I know people like human psychology, like being a part of like this new ageism. Y'all do give signals to each other, like somehow. Do you have like some kind of bracelet, necklace you always wear, like when you go out? Just so like maybe somebody knows that you're into the new age.
Supposedly, indigo children are supposed to like be able to sense each other, like psychically. So like we're attracted to each other. So I don't think a bracelet or necklace is really necessary for that.
Do you see other people's auras, like the light, like if I was walking around, like you would see like a light around my head or something, or is it just basically completely what do you call it? Like mental, that you feel it?
It's completely mental. That's like called a hallucination. Like if someone tells you they see colors, like I wouldn't believe them.
which motherfucking David Icke does, okay? I just want to remind people. But like, so like, Maggot, this is a good time. We could ask like all these David Icke questions and Michael DeSirio and Jordan Maxwell. Okay, like, Lily, like David Icke, I don't like this motherfucker, okay? Like, he's always talking about stupid stuff like I am infinite consciousness, like
once.
no, Maggot, you know a lot more of this stupid David Icke. What are some
unfortunately,
shit some of the shit he always talks about, so we can ask Lily if it's true or not.
I have to backtrack a bit.
I'll start with her. Okay, like Lily, what the fuck is infinite consciousness?
Well, I guess he's like referring to just everybody on this planet and presumably other planets, and just all being part of the universe, and just like we see ourselves as part of the universe, but it's like flipped around and you see the universe as part of you. If that makes any sense at all.
Makes absolutely no fucking sense.
That when he went to Africa and he met Credo Mutwa, the blatant bisexual, he actually admitted he's bisexual to his face, to David Icke's face. When he was 6 hours after doing that, what was it? I forget what drug he was on, but he had that 6 hours vision, and apparently all they did is played one of his lectures back to him.
That's so fucking so pathetic, man.
And I've ever seen is should be a stand-up comedian and all this sort of stuff, but he's so egocentric, it's just out of this world.
Man, he's fucking stupid. But like, Lily, man, like another time, David Icke, he said like he was in South America, and Maggot, you remember this, like where he said like, oh, I was standing on top of the mountain, and then like big light shoot down and like hit me. And then I know what I'm talking about. And then like he said I don't know, forgot.
Is this Mount Chester or something?
I don't remember.
The big conference place they go to.
No, it was like something else. But like, and then like he time shifted. Like it's as if like a few hours or days went by, and then like he got this message about like you should start doing whatever the fuck you're. Man, is that shit fucking true, Lily? That ever happened to you? Like you were like I don't know at the mall, and then like you're about to buy some new pants, and then like suddenly boom, and then this light hit you, and then like when you came out of it, it was like already the day after, and you're still at the fucking mall.
Yeah.
No, actually no. If he was in South America, he was probably like on some kind of like drug they have down there. Like I forget what it's called, but like people will like go down there specifically to take it, and like they'll have like these visions. So I mean, there's no way like David Icke is important enough to be visited by anybody. So I mean, either he was hallucinating or just making it up.
Man, he's making the shit up. I mean, 100%.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's written so much crap. He's obviously possessed by somebody or other or something, or he's just a channeler, in which case he's channeling other people's information. Either that, or he's copying all his information of other people. I've suspected that he's got a whole bunch of agents that go around in libraries with laptops, copy out the information out out of books and then just give it to him, and then he puts an David Icke sheen on it and then sells it as all his own research. You know, it's all students and stuff. He copies all the students. A lot of his stuff reminds me of stuff I've written and said.
Man, I mean, let's David Icke, man. What about Michael Tessarian? Like, he's supposed to be like the new David Icke. Man, like, this guy is like pure. I mean, like, everybody always talks about how David Icke is bullshit. Michael Tessarian is pure bullshit.
I can't even listen to him for more than 5 minutes.
No, man.
I think I listened to one of his first interviews, and he says, you know, that Jordan Maxwell being so great and spiffing and wonderful. And he says, in my world, they have a Jordan Maxwell statue set up in every city in the whole world.
Oh, that's so.
You know, can you even take that seriously? It's just.
No, he's such a butt kisser, man. I mean, it's so. At least David Icke, he doesn't. He got into fights with Alex Jones, Jordan Maxwell, but like this fucking Michael Tessarian, he's such an ass licker, man.
Yeah.
Lily, like Michael Tessarian. Are you more a gravitator? He seems a lot. He always talks about indigo children. Have you ever been touched in an inappropriate way by Michael Tessarian?
Absolutely not. I don't think I'd let him get that close to me.
Okay, so like, but you know his. He says that he teaches indigo children. Like, among your network of indigo children, have you actually known anybody who was taught by Michael Tessarian?
I actually did some research into that school, and it has since been closed. So, I don't remember what it was called, like the New Age Institute. It only had like 7 students at a time, so I don't know anybody who has worked with him. No.
I know what it was. It was like because of like 100. Maggie, you know I'm right. It was child molestation. I mean, there's no other reason for it. I mean, like that shit always happens at those kind of
the old
places.
Socratean principle, where you bugger children for information.
Yeah, I know. It's like supposed to. What do you call? I forgot. I read that. There was what does it say? Like that's the best way to learn shit.
It up, and it probably is based on something I read. But that's kind of like privileged information. They don't really talk about it, but apparently Socrates is going around buggering children, using that to spread intelligence. And then he got into like the equivalent of the Greek Senate, and he, through his children got taken in by the Senate, and then they will go around spreading his information and also his propaganda. And the short of it is that he got exiled because he got found out for doing it.
So basically, you're saying like eventually Michael Tessarian will be exiled. Like, where the fuck he's gonna go? Like,
trying to throw the government through using rape children.
I know. I talked to Ogner. I said, Ogner, what do you think about Michael Tessarian? He's like, fuck him. He's not even Irish. And I was like, what the fuck? He's like, no. He's like, what do you call it? He said his accent does not belong to Belfast. He always says, I grew up in Belfast during the Troubles. And Ogner was like, man, this motherfucker, he ain't from Belfast. I don't know where the fuck he's from. Man, in the first place, he's a fucking Indian. My man, look.
Yeah, he looks like an Indian, a white Indian.
He's packy, dude, 100%. Okay. I knew the first time I saw him because, like, I'm from Iran, so like we have like this sense, like I say, like, oh, that fucker's from where I'm from.
About privileged information, it's only because you won't read it in any of the history books. I got told it when I was a child, so whatever. It's probably true though. You just think about it long enough, and you think, well, that's probably true because all the philosophers waddled around rather with their robes open and stuff, and they're all dirty fuckers.
I know, man. I wouldn't want to be around.
The Greek Empire was falling to pieces, and it's got to be more than just the Romans turning up, because when the Romans turned up, the empire was already pretty much dead.
Yeah, I agree, and that's what's going to happen to America because of Michael Tessarian, Jordan Maxwell, and David Icke. But I
think Tessarian's on his way out, though. I mean, definitely.
Yes.
He's got so many personal problems that are very, very public.
Let's discuss.
Of course,
he had a fight with Craig Oxley, and they accused each other of being bullshitters, which I fucking loved. But they had I'm not joking, Lily. They had like a humongous mega internet war between them, and
oh yes, I know. But that was nothing compared to what had happened earlier that year. I think that was last year, where he. I guess there was this woman on the internet who was like obsessed with him, and she was like 40 years old or something, and she would post pictures of like herself as like, it was just like fake pictures of like some young girl, and she would post them, and she was like started like having like a internet relationship with Michael Tessarian. And no, I'm not even kidding you, because I talked to this lady on like the real telephone. Like, I called her. She lives in Tennessee, and she was like, yeah, and she's posted all of her stuff like on the Outlaw forum, and like how he like sent her all these messages, and he was gonna pay for this, like, well, he thought she was 17, how he was gonna pay for her to come to Sweden and like take some kind of cruise, like I don't know what it was, but then like this lady got like freaked out, and like she realized that like she couldn't obviously hide that she was like old anymore. And so she told him, and then he freaked out like all over the internet. Like, he was like, I swear he has like the weirdest internet freakouts I've ever
I've seen it. I go to the Michael, because like I live in Sweden, and I don't, man, why the fuck people don't believe me I live in Sweden? Like, I mean, like, just because they say like, no, Americans aren't allowed in Sweden. Fuck. And the reason I'm saying this because like Red Ice Creations is from Sweden, and like Michael Tessarian is such a cheap bastard. You think he's almost Scottish. That his forum is actually a sub forum on Red Ice Creations forum.
Yeah, I know. How did you get that deal for it?
I don't know, man. Like,
you can put on his brainwashing videos where he just goes on in his droning voice, total monotone all the way through.
We're going to talk about Chris White. Okay, we got to talk about what happened with that. That's because I said this episode's 100% gossip. We're going to talk bullshit. But like, Lily, Michael Tessarian, like, he seems to really get into like internet, like, wars and shit. Like, isn't it kind of sad, like a guy? I mean, he gets women, right? And like, why the fuck would he be like? He care what people say about him on the internet,
I don't think that he really gets women that much.
Oh, man, I'll take that back. He gets women. Don't even fucking lie about it.
He does not. There have been rumors that like the Michael Tessarian that like you see like on his like Google videos is not the same person who is M Star or whatever, M Czar, on the forum. So I don't know if that person's being paid to post all the time, but he's not really on there too much. He just like comes on to yell and like yell. That's pretty much it.
I don't know. I don't know how long you've been in the conspiracy community, but that really does sound like Michael Tessarian. But like, what do you call it? Why am I bringing this up? Lily, you know who Chris White is? Nowhere to Run?
Yeah, I emailed him about the whole Michael Tessarian thing, and he got back to me about it, saying that on his YouTube account, like, he was going to go to court for it, and he was like being serious about it. So, I mean,
before we continue, can you please tell us what happened? Tell us about the Chris White video, Michael Tessarian's reaction, and like what happened. Especially at Conspiracy Central.
All right. Well, Chris White. I mean, this started like in 2008, I guess. He posted his first like anti-Tessarian video where he would go through each point and just say, give opposite information. And recently he made Michael Tessarian is wrong.
Don't forget that Michael Tessarian back then said like, and he went on Alex Jones' show to say like, I'm gonna go find and kick. Yeah, I'm gonna kick Chris White's ass. I mean, he actually said that. I mean, in the first place, Maggot, you know how? Yeah. I'm short. I'm 165 centimeters, 5'5", and like. Okay. This motherfucking Tessarian, he ain't taller than me. I've seen him in other pictures. Like, he ain't gonna fucking kick nobody's ass.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Maggot, you're like 6'4".
Yeah, that's right.
Man, honestly, if Michael Tessarian came up to you and said, like, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass, Maggot, what would you do to him?
I'd put my hand over his head and then pull him, and then say, go and swing at me. I do it with short answers all the time. It's really funny. They can't do anything. He'd be just there like a. Cool. I was thinking about it. It'd be like some fucking like a little kid like trying to like swing at you. Honestly, you'd grab him by the head in front of you and like smack him with the other hand every once in a while. But like, let's continue. After he said he was gonna kick Chris White's ass, basically that made Chris White popular, and his name's also Nowhere to Run 1984. Tell us about the latest movie he made. What was it about, and what caused Michael Tessarian to go batshit crazy?
Okay, well, it was called Michael Tessarian is Wrong, a debunk-umentary, and it was primarily focused on his 2012 material, and and there were some parts from the Bible. He was pointing out some inconsistencies about Michael Tessarian's work, and it was very well done.
Yes,
I will say that. and I didn't even know about it. Someone linked it to me on Amunu, and I watched it, and it was very good. And I didn't think too much of it after that. And it was probably like a week or two later. I heard that Chris White's YouTube account had been suspended, and when you would go on it, it would say this has been removed due to a copyright of Maggotaur or whatever. And I know a lot about DMCA's, which is the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and that's what he was removing it on the basis of, saying that Chris White had copyrighted material that didn't belong to him. But there's also a fair use provision where you can use it for nonprofit. I guess you can use it for education, satire.
No. Let me. Me and Maggot, we both are well aware of this piece of shit legislation.
Yeah.
Why do we hate Alan Watt? Because Maggot made like he got all of Alan Watt's stupid Cutting Through the Matrix books. We put on my tracker, and that son of a bitch like turned off the domain on my how long? It was like for a whole day, man. Nobody can access my tracker.
You got totally locked down for a day. Yeah.
And like I'll tell you what's fucked up, man. It's like what do you call it? When I talked to technical support, I didn't mention this before. One of them was a fucking Alan Watt fan, and he's like, "No, I'm not kidding, Maggot. I wish I had the. I gotta find the email. Like, he said, like, you shouldn't have been doing that. That's wrong. Very bad thing to do, Mr. Watt. Yeah. That was a signal. Like, when you call him Mr. Watt, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's out of respect.
I know, man. I was like, oh fuck. Alan Watt fan.
He's such a plagiarist as well, because I've been listening to more of the Glenn Keely stuff, and there's this guy, I can't remember his name, this black guy calls him up, and he was basically saying, like, he was copying like pages and pages from Glenn Keely's material, and he was saying like examples and themes and stuff that Alan Watt's got in his third book, and Glenn Keely was saying, yeah, he ripped that all off me.
Man,
you can't get any more, deeper than that, really. It's just so blatantly off. And you never quote him by name. He's such a con artist, Alan Watt is.
Man, Alan Watt, man, this guy.
Donate button on every.
We got, we're lucky we got a woman. Okay, like Lily. What is your opinion? Like, what do you call it? Women are more like in tune with like human emotions, like especially when dealing with sexuality. Like, what do you think of a middle-aged man who lives alone in the woods with only a dog for companionship?
I would probably call animal services and have that dog removed, because he just has like the creepy stare, like. I don't know. I mean, he seems like a very deranged individual. He's like threatening people and like saying that he's like going to come to their house and all this stuff.
Yeah. He was on the radio about 10 years ago. Kind of like it was rumored by William Cooper, but he start off all right, and then he start going on about demons and ranting on about demons. This was like right up to when he was on Sweet Liberty Radio, I think it was, with Jackie Petru.
Okay.
And, he's got this fixation on demons.
These. I'll tell you. You know what shames the conspiracy?
Demonic entities.
You know what shames the conspiracy community? Is like it's fucking leaders. I mean, like these people are supposed to be our leaders.
Yeah.
Man, we will never get ahead. I mean, if we got like Alan Watt leading us to like where the fuck we're supposed to go. But let's go back to Nowhere to Run. Okay, so like Nowhere to Run gets its shit turned off at Conspiracy Central in the comments section. It was a gigantic... Man, how many comments were there? There were like fucking 50 or some shit.
Yeah.
Everybody was going crazy and stuff. I mean, like, some of them were like pro Alan Watt. And it was like 3 pro Alan Watt people. Everybody else was fucking against Alan Watt.
All his fans in the world then.
Yeah. And then like, man, it was... I mean, everybody... In the first place, you're part of the anti-New World Order movement. How the fuck could you be pro-copyright? I mean, that makes no fucking sense. Same thing with Maggotaur. Lily, you're like within the New Age movement. Don't y'all believe in like the free what's that word? Distribution of information?
Definitely. I mean, if I really believed that my information was going to wake people up and save the world, I would be giving it out for free. Anyone who tries to control the flow of information is obviously controlled by the old paradigms and not working in the best interest of society.
But don't this prove that Maggotaur is just one of those people who are in it for the money?
I don't want to talk too bad about him, because...
Oh, come on, what about his fucking DVDs? He sells them like for more than $300.
Yeah, it's probably not worth that much, but
probably.
If Michael Tessarian didn't make that 2012 video, I would not be like awake right now. Like, he's the one. Like, everyone says they got awoken by like Alex Jones or whoever. Well, Michael Tessarian was the person who woke me up. So I hate being like rude about him, but
no, please do.
I mean, his mystery school is like...
No, you're like, why are you being so nice? It was an internet mystery school, remember? It was too cheap to even get a building.
Okay, well, hold on. Just let me go through this point by point. Okay, his mystery school is like $555 to join up or whatever. And like, people complain about that and like how they never get any of the stuff that he says they're going to get. And then, like, he's like, all of his like big money projects, like the mystery school and Time Gnosis, which is complete crap in my opinion. It's managed by this company out of Bermuda called Holysys Limited, and I went on their website. They're not an American company, so I can't do like a BB search on them. They're I guess their headquarters is in like England, but they're, for tax purposes, I'm sure they're in Bermuda, and they're like the NLP experts. Like, they have these conferences where like they teach like people how to use NLP.
Let me define it for people. Neuro-linguistic programming. Basically, you know, like how fucking Obama, when he talks, like he hypnotizes you by his what is it called? Canter, intuition, and cadence. You know, I'm fucking American. I can't speak fucking English. But like,
you blend the words together, so it's got kind of like a sing-song sound to it. So it sounds like you're singing when you're talking.
Yeah, your eyes.
Or rapping, I suppose.
Rapping, exactly, because you know he's black. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
he's black.
Please continue. You're saying NLP.
Yeah, and it focuses on that, and especially the Time Gnosis thing I find very odd. They have like the list of the creators, and obviously Michael Tessarian's one of them, and then they have this person, he looks like he might be like 21, his name is Joshua Falconberry, which I'm assuming is a pen name just like Michael Tessarian is, but this guy has done nothing. Like, he has no qualifications to run this kind of operation, and I mean, as someone who's very popular like Michael Tessarian, I don't think he should be like associating himself with like these like crazy, you know, membership crap. Like, it's total crap. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but I mean, he's probably making a whole bunch of money.
Oh man, you know, saying like, when I hear Maggot, see, that's a good thing I like about Maggot. He's like me. He's into fucking conspiracies. Maggot, you remember Michael Tessarian's earlier videos? Every time he's always like a fucking little leech. He used to always go to every fucking conspiracy convention, and every time there would be like some guy taking a picture, he'd hold up his book in front of him. I forget which book it was. And then, you know what I'm talking about? And they're like, he's like,
almost walk around with it in front of his face, almost. Yeah,
I know. He's like, my name is Michael Tessarian. I've written this book. I want you to blah blah blah.
This is me standing next to Jordan Maxwell.
Oh man, it's so
famous.
Fucking sad. I mean, like, oh man, like,
his videos suck. His old videos really suck. They're like really bad schoolboy videos. You know, it's just him standing in front of a teleprompter reading out really badly. It's the sort of thing to get you a grade D or F at GCSE level at school in England. It's just really bad, you know, these days, if they do GCSEs anymore. But it's just so poorly presented, and he's really not like presentation quality.
No, he ain't, man. You know, I'm saying right now, you probably don't you haven't. I must be the only person who put 2 and 2 together. The reason why he talks about Jordan Maxwell so much, because he's been reading, but watching all his fucking old videos. If you compare that once infamous, what do you call, Maggot Tessarian, where he's talking about like, you know the one I'm talking about, where he talks about the space aliens changed our genes, and like before us, you know, there was like some other space aliens.
I think so, yeah, he took some tiny passage out of the book.
He took the format, like the way it was set up, exactly from Jordan Maxwell's presentation.
The one where he goes about Mount Zion or something.
Yeah, and then like,
and he goes, "Does this look like a mountain?" Yeah.
Everyone knows he plagiarizes. I mean that's no secret. He calls himself like, you know, a researcher, because all he does is just take his work from other people.
And like, you know, I don't appreciate the word researcher. Let me tell you. I gotta say one thing. David Icke, Maggotaur, and Jordan Max, at least you can call these people researchers. Why? Because they went to the fucking library. I'm sick of stupid big mouths on the internet who, like, they say, like, oh, I'm a I respect your research. I hope you it's like, no, I'll tell you what it is. It's like, mutually assured destruction. Like, everybody got nuclear weapons. As long as you call each other's, like, Google searches research, then it's okay. But, like,
that's Americanism for you. Yeah.
I know, like, but basically, we need someone like me to go up and say, this ain't fucking research. Everybody, y'all just use Google, okay? So it don't fucking count. Until you go to a fucking library, you're not a researcher. You're a fucking Google searcher.
Yeah. Oh, looking up a word in dictionary research.
I mean, I hope they would use a real fucking dictionary. They even use fucking Google to look up the definitions of words.
Or Wikipedia.
Oh, worse than Google, man. Oh, shit. Man, I mean, there are no fucking researchers. Like, I don't know what the fuck is up, man. Like, I ain't gonna say. That's why I never say I'm a researcher. I never call what I do research, because I'm a fucking Google searcher too. Man, this is shameful. I mean, and what do you call it, Lily? Like, you haven't been a member of the conspiracy community a long time, but, like, aren't you so fucking shamed? I mean, like, there's so many shameful things about it. Wouldn't you agree? Like the mental illness, the backstabbing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was just telling somebody about this like the other day, just like how it's just like a game on the internet with these people, and how it's just like, stabbing each other in the back and just like running around and just doing immature things and like attacking people. Like, if these people were serious about their intentions,
none of them are.
It'd be a totally different communal feeling. It wouldn't be like everyone hates each other. Yeah. Like, seriously, like even me, I have a whole list of people I cannot stand, and I would like kill myself if I had to be around them. And everyone has their own shit list of people that they absolutely despise, and it's because we've got so many people with so many who aren't genuine and who have such bad intentions.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. Maggot. Me and Maggot, we have this little pet peeve of people like writing shit. Telling us what to do without actually coming on the show.
Not actually bothering to turn up on the show. People who do on like 50 pages of text, and it's like, oh, actually, I'm too busy to go on the show, or I'm too important to go on your show.
No, they don't have fucking balls. I mean, like, Lily's a woman, and her testicles are bigger than all these people. Okay, like, I don't know, like, Lily, you weren't fucking scared to come. I mean, is it a scary experience to like come on Skype and like have a pretend radio show?
I mean, no, it's not like it's like live and like has really good viewers or anything.
I know. There are only like a little more than 400 people who listen to this. I mean, it's like fucking nobody. Like, Alex Jones has fucking millions and shit.
Yeah, and they even say that as well. So I mean, what are they worried about? They're worried that we won't recognize their voice. Man,
so, I mean, like, you know who? I'll tell you, Maggot. You know who would recognize like our voices? Like, this is the kind of people. Maybe the janitor at school. Who else? The Burger King worker. Basically, all the losers and the guy who cleans up the bodies at the mortician's office. These are the kind of people that would like recognize, our voices and shit. Okay, now what do you call it? I think we had a pretty fucking good episode. So like, let's give our final statement since Lily's a guest. Lily, give your final statement. Maybe about Craig Oxley.
I hate you, Craig. That's my final statement. Okay,
sounds good. Maggot, what's your final statement?
I was just saying I can't stand it when people quote from other people and won't name them, or people will come in and they blatantly are somebody else, but they won't change their name from a number to what they actually are. That's really annoying.
Yeah, he's talking about our chat room, which is a source of many shit. Yeah,
like, there's this guy that like quotes May Peller, and he does it all the time, and he's like posting crap all the time. But you actually say it's Abe Heller. He hasn't even answered me. I
knew it was Abe Heller too. I told him too. I seen the fucking MySpace page.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna give my final statement. This concerns Pro Stink. Look, Pro Stink. I know you're gonna be downloading this show. You like Quest, John Allen Martinson, man, y'all people, Scott Roberts, he's cool. But like, what do you call it? Man, you people are like really fucked up. I mean, like, also Goyim Pride, I'm giving a personal message to you. Don't hang around Pro Stink anymore, man. This guy, he ain't right. He like mental problem. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. Even though you met him in real life, trust me, you can't trust this guy. He got like issues and shit. And like this John Allen Martinson. Well. I know, man. Like John Allen Martinson, man. Like everybody knows you're a fucking government agent. Okay, I already like proved it and stuff. I mean, like. What the I'm just gonna give it less information to tell everybody who's paying you and shit. I don't know, ADL, SPLC, CIA, FBI. Man, stop it, man. You're getting like diminishing cost of return. Okay, like it's time just to wrap up the John Allen Martinson saga and like go find somebody else new. Maybe come and pay me. You know, I need some money. Shit. Okay. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Joe Blow Conspiracy Show. And Khuda Hafiz. See you guys. Bye bye. Bye bye, Maggot.
Bye.
Bye, Lily.
Bye.
وقتی برات نخواد خدا پشت هم